I'm just trying to play it cool now.
Okay, well that was fun. I should probably actually film a video. Hi guys, it's just Amelia here today. Grace is currently in Barcelona. I hope you're well. Thank you, I'm good too. So a lot of you guys have said, can you answer some questions to do with books, publishing, how you get published, how you got published, how you wrote the books, is there going to be a second book? And considering Grace isn't here, I thought it's probably the best time to answer those questions. You guys asked me on Instagram. My Instagram's @AmeliaMandev, if you want to follow. If anyone's new here and is like, yo, what are you chatting about? I have a book published! Every Colour of You, it got published on the 15th of November 2018. And it's been a long time coming. I'll link down like Amazon and all that. And I want to say a big thank you for all the Amazon reviews, all the reviews in general. I'm just feeling warm and fuzzy and good. So these questions, I'm going to like make it anonymous sort of thing because they are asked, well not anonymously, but I think some people think they're asked anonymously, so I'm just going to read them out. What was most unexpected about writing and publishing your first book? Very naive of me, I thought I was just going to be in bookshops like that. It doesn't work that way. I'm not really in many bookshops at the moment. If you want Every Colour of You in your nearest bookshop, the best thing to do is ask. Waterstones, I believe, work quite independently. The store itself chooses what they're going to take in and take out. So if you do want Every Colour near you, the best thing to do is just ask. They might not, they might say they can order it in stock, but it just keeps me and my book under their radar. So yeah, I didn't realise that. And I didn't realise how long the whole process would be with once you've written the book to actually getting published. I wrote the book maybe about 2 years ago and it's only just been published. So yeah, that was another unexpected thing. How does it feel seeing your book in the stores? It does feel insane. I've yet to go into a store that I don't know is going to stock them. So I knew Piccadilly was going to stock them because I was going to do an event there. I knew Guildford was stocking them because I was going to do an event there. I did do an event there. But yeah, I've yet to go into a store that I don't know would be stocking them and they've got it, which would be a really nice feeling. Hopefully when I'm in paperback, if all reviews go well, and that's why Amazon reviews especially really matter, maybe I'll be in a few more stores, but at the moment I'm not. I'm a newbie author. My dream was to be published and I've got that. Being in bookstores is obviously an added extra. It just all depends on how well the hardback does and how well people think of it. Would you ever consider adapting it so it could become a movie? Yeah, I don't know if I could write a movie script. I'm not trained in that. I do want to do a course one day. But yes, I think every author's dream is that your book becomes a movie. I wrote it in my head and I saw it as a movie. In my mind, I believe your book's got to be really popular and successful for it to be a movie. However, I might be totally wrong. We shall see. But yeah, no, it's not being made into a movie. Not yet, for all I know. When you began writing, did you choose Zoe's name because of the meaning? Yes, I looked up all the names beforehand. I did a lot of research before I knew what names to choose. I had to have their names mean something. So Tristan was Tristan because of his name's meaning. Zoe was Zoe because of her name's meaning. Misha was Misha because I was obsessed with Supernatural. Misha Collins played Castiel, who was the angel in Supernatural, and I always saw Misha as a little angel in the book, so I was like, I'm going to name it after the guy that played the angel in Supernatural. There's lots of little Easter eggs. You'd probably only know some of them if you're really, really close with me. But yeah, there are a few Easter eggs. If anyone in the world read your book, who would you want it to be? I would quite like it to be Emma Roberts, because I know she's a big book fan and I know she really likes books and I think she's a pretty cool gal. Do you see yourself being friends with the characters you create? Yes. I almost felt because I needed to prove that this book was good enough to get published for the characters' sakes. I loved the characters so much. I really want to be friends with Zoe. Sometimes I want to shake Tristan and be like, dude, what are you doing? Or I want to give him a hug, you know? Yeah, it was weird, because although I did create the story and I created the characters, they very much took their own course, and it just felt like I was putting the pen to the paper, but they were already real. Sorry, my car was full. As I was saying about the characters, I feel like they kind of created their own life, and I was just fortunate enough that they wedged it into my head, and I got really connected to them. I mean, essentially I did think of them, but it wasn't like a conscious effort, if that makes sense. They just were some little characters that were in the back of my mind, and I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and they brought to the front of my mind, and it just became really real. So, yeah. How do you look into getting publishers/agents? So how do you get published? The traditional way is to get a literary agent, which is a very hard thing to do because literary agents are very busy people. They have a lot on their plate. They work for their clients. So they don't really have the time to look for new submissions. But when they do, usually your submission is put into like a slush pile, and when they have the time, they will read it. If they like it, then they will consider you, have a meeting or talk about something. And usually you've written the whole novel at that point and you're just desperate to get it published. I contacted many agents and I got some replies, didn't get some replies. The best thing to do is actually look for an agent that's perfect for you, see if they are taking applications. Sometimes they do some competitions. How it worked for me, so I tried to get a literary agent again and again and again and again for book number 1, did the same process with book number 2, and started the same process with book number 3. Fortunately, I had a talent management at that time for YouTube, and they had published YouTube books, so they did have some contact, but I was adamant that this is not a YouTube book, it's a fictional book. I still want to get published, even if I wasn't doing YouTube. So I made that very clear. They said that they were like contacting a few people. I didn't really know who. Then I just found out Little Brown want to have a meeting with you, and I was like, oh my gosh. I met this lovely lady, Manpreet. I kind of owe me getting published to her because she took the chance on me. She was just lovely, and I didn't have a lot of confidence in my writing. I knew I wanted to get this story told, but I didn't know if I was good. That was the thing. You never know if you're good. And I was really hoping that it wasn't just a YouTube thing. And I asked her about it, and she said no. Like, she said, at the end of the day, like, you can't teach people how to write stories, and you're a storyteller. And then she said, we would like you to age the characters up, so can you rewrite 30k of the words? So I rewrote 30k of the words, aged them all up. She made a few little changes, sent it back, and didn't hear for like months, and I was like, oh. I got an email saying, you know, Manpreet really liked it, she's now taking it to an editor's meeting. So then she kind of had to prove to all the other editors, like, this is the book, this is really good, we should take a chance on this. Then she had to have like some sort of other meeting, and then if that got accepted, it then went to a big meeting with everybody, where it was like The Apprentice. My book went on a few little boardroom meetings, I tell you that. And then I got the call and I got a book deal, and I was very happy. Oh, a button. Yay. Usually what happens is you get the literary agent. The literary agent kind of works with you on your book, maybe makes a few changes. Then they contact loads of different publishers and they see who the best publisher will be for you. Just because you've got a literary agent does not mean you will get a publishing deal. And I don't have a literary agent. I just doing it all on my own, and I'm looking for a literary agent. Are we getting a sequel? You are getting another book, but it's not a sequel. I don't know how I feel about sequels. I mean, I love sequels in certain stories, but I'm not sure this story could be a sequel. I don't want to give spoilers, but I just don't think it could. And also, I like to think that I wrote a certain small segment of those characters' lives. I don't know what really happened before. Well, I kind of do, but, you know, I don't know everything, and I don't know everything that's going to happen after. I have an idea, but I don't know everything, and I think that's for the readers to make that decision. I told this bit of their story, and you can decide what happens next. And I would love to hear what you guys think will happen next for my characters. Maybe in the far future I might come back to them, but I think for now it's just going to be that small story. I think I'm going to stop now because I don't want to bore you guys too much and I have done a lot of talking. Yet again, I want to say thank you on all the support of my book. It does mean a lot and it really hasn't hit home yet, and I don't know, it makes me kind of emotional sometimes. I think there's quite serious topics in the book, and when people are like, I relate so much, it fills me with joy and sadness because it's very real. I try to make my book very real. But yeah, no, I want to thank you guys for all the support you give, and it really does mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you. Ah, gosh, don't. Don't. Don't.